Meanwhile, it is all hands on deck for key races in the DMV just one day before the election. That includes the U.S. Senate race in Virginia between Democratic incumbent Tim Kaine and Republican opponent Hung Cao. You might have seen Kaine make a surprise appearance on Saturday Night Live. Cao mocked Kaine by calling him, quote, a human punchline. Our Matthew Torres is in Fredericksburg with the very latest in this race.
In one of his last-minute campaign efforts.
Hope you guys feel good.
U.S. Senator Tim Kaine urged his supporters in Fredericksburg to continue to fight for him and Vice President Kamala Harris.
I think it's looking good for Kamala in Virginia. Solid, stable, not spectacular, but everybody's now looking about other states.
The Democratic Senate incumbent for Virginia is coming off of a much-talked-about surprise cameo on Saturday Night Live, where he poked fun at himself for not being as memorable as VP candidate Tim Walz, despite being a running mate in 2016 with then-candidate Hillary Clinton.
You voted for me to be one heartbeat away from the Oval Office in an election more recent than the release of Zootopia. What's my name?
In a statement, his Republican opponent, Hung Cao, says, I was barnstorming 12 towns and cities across Virginia yesterday talking about how we're going to secure a border and lower prices, while Tim was being a human punchline in New York City. I want to thank NBC and Tim Kaine for making the contrast so clear about the stakes on Tuesday.
And a whole lot of Virginians saw that and enjoyed it because most people like folks who can take a joke and laugh at themselves. My opponent has basically ignored Virginia and insulted Virginia. He should have been running a campaign talking to Virginians the whole time.
Senator Kaine says based on internal polling, he feels good about the election. In the meantime, his opponent has also been very busy since the weekend trying to get people to go out and vote.
Cao, a veteran and a refugee from Vietnam, says the race is tightening. He met supporters in Lebanon, Virginia, maintaining his priorities on the economy and border security, like what he recently told WSA 9 Simone de Alba.
You shouldn't come here if you're not going to obey the American laws and embrace the American culture, because I did.
Cao also appeared with former President Donald Trump over the weekend.
So on Tuesday, when we go out, unlike the left, we're not going to vote for the hatred of one man. We're going to vote for the love of God, for the love of family, and love of country.
Political experts say it would be a huge upset if Cao were to win. The latest Roanoke College poll shows Cao is trailing behind Kaine by 9 points.
All indications are that Cao just simply was running at a bad time against an incumbent very well known in Virginia.
Matthew Torres, WUSA 9.